What kind of license? So the words that get used are a sole license, an exclusive license, and a non-exclusive license. A sole license means that you have the right to do something, and you also give some other organisation the right to do it. So you as the licensor can still do it, and the licensee, the sole licensee, can do it. So in principle there could be two of you on the market because you as the licensor still retain the right to do the thing. Exclusive license means that your licensee totally has the only right to do whatever this thing is. So you as the licensor, you'd always kind of prefer, even if you were planning that these were going to be the only people doing this thing, you'd kind of prefer to start out negotiating with the idea that it's a sole license, because who knows what might change. And if they don't do very good, you may well decide that the better thing to do is to raise the money and start making and selling these things yourself as well. It just keeps a bit more flexibility. But if the company, on the other hand, is switched on, then they'll be very much looking for an exclusive license rather than a sole license. And then non-exclusive sort of means what it says. But these can also be split down by, have I got that here? I probably have. These can also be split down by territories. So you might grant somebody, one company, an exclusive license in the UK, a different company an exclusive license in ERA, France, Germany, however you want it to be. Responsibilities regarding patents and infringement. So there's you've licensed your rights, but you will keep ownership of the patent. You'll still be the patent applicant and the patent will belong to you. So one of the things to make sure is looked after is that whatever costs you're having to lay out for renewal fees and so on, you would specifically like your licensee to be reimbursing those. Especially if they've got an exclusive license, then they should reimburse your patent costs. So you'd want to get that. But then it's beyond that really. Supposing you've licensed your patent and then some competitor turns up copying, whose responsibility is it to defend the patent? What you as the licensor would like it to be is your license agreement to say that the licensee is responsible for paying all the costs to do with defending patent infringement. The licensee will spot that and he'll say, that's absolutely ridiculous, it's your patent, you pay the costs of defending it and da 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 da. So there's that sort of stuff to argue about. There's also, supposing some other company that you were never aware of says that product you've just launched in the market infringes my patent and so sues you because the product that you've licensed infringes their patent. It's all quite contorted stuff, but nobody wants to be left holding the holding the baby when everything goes wrong. And I'm just saying there's a lot to think about. Responsibility for promotion and marketing, you'd want to try and tie down to make sure that they were going to spend enough money on promotion and marketing. Responsibilities for performance, reporting and payment. Within the license agreement, there's got to be the stuff about when are they going to tell you what they've sold? What rights do you have to go and inspect their books or their factory to see that they're telling you the truth? How often do they report their sales? How quickly do they pay whatever's due every quarter? All those things all got to be there. And then what if things don't work out? So what rights you've got and what rights they've got if you fall out, and it's all got to be unravelled. The library, or a Business Insight, I guess it is really, have got lots of kind of template legal agreements and the like on the website for all sorts of different situations. I had a look before, and there's nothing that I would call a patent and know-how license agreement, and I think it's kind of because there's just inevitably so much legal blah 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 in these things that you can't easily start from a template agreement. You really have to wrestle over all the details all the way through.